Hey cool cats, it's Imanni, and today we're going to be talking about sections within music by looking at a piece I'm writing for SoundCloud. We're going to attempt to do this without disturbing the beautiful bay over there sleeping. So, if you're using this application called Logic or whatever type of software you're writing music on, it's a really nice idea to figure out what sections are being played. When I first started writing music, I thought that writing down what sections are happening was kind of pointless. Like, who would really want to know about that? But it's a great way to organize yourself and also communicate to people who are listening to the music and even yourself when there are important things happening inside of the music. For example, I like to put different little Easter eggs at different points inside the song, and I could tell myself, okay, let's just do one Easter egg per section. And it helps me stay organized and helps me be motivated to keep on doing those things. Because sometimes there's some parts of writing music that can be just a little bit stressful. So we're going to start out with this section of this song. The song is currently being called Cool Cats Get Treats. And we have this little audio happening here. So many songs start out with something called an intro, and then some songs simply start out with the verse. Some songs start out straight up with the chorus, and then it backtracks. But this song starts out with an intro. Doing this with one hand, I gotta say. There we go, intro. Now you might ask, well, Imanni, how can you tell that this is an intro and not another section of the song? I like to look ahead and then work my way backwards. About 30 seconds into the song, we get to this little part here. And I can tell that that is the chorus of the song for several different reasons. First, there's a lot of repetition inside of it, and you can actually visually see some of the repetition via this right over here and how that's repeating. There's also repetition in small groupings. You can see here in the section right before it, there's a large grouping here that's happening. And there's just a lot less instruments also happening. That's the third thing. The number of instruments, which we call density inside of music, also can tell you when a chorus is happening inside of your own song. But let's say that we were just first drafting this and there were only 3 instruments in there. You can't really look at density. However, you can tell sometimes you can just tell by the vibe. I'm just going to be straight up. It just feels like something you can groove to, you can dance to, something that feels very memorable. Sometimes it's as simple as that. And this is one of the biggest, most important things that people rarely talk about, but really should. Sections are all based off of your own opinion. There's no hard science, there's no hard rules that say what a section has to be. Now, because I love having things organized inside my life, I made my own set of rules for like when a chorus is happening, just to help me be more consistent with how I'm communicating with people who are listening to the music, like y'all and like myself too. So I'm going to go ahead, go to this little section. I'm going to place another marker, and I'm just going to label this chorus. There we go. Now let's work a little bit backwards like I was saying before. If we know this is the chorus, then something's happening right over here, and we know that this is an intro. Music typically works in groups of 4. 4, I don't have enough fingers for 8, 16, etc., etc. So I'm going to look at this music and look at those groupings. So for example, let's look at where 8 measures is. This is 8 measures right here. And I see there's no line split. And if I listen to it, I see that we're continuing the same phrase here. So it seems like there's a double phrasing that's completely the same. This is something we call a period inside of music. A period is a type of melodic structure where you have the same number of measures happening 2 times almost identically. I could use this knowledge of melodic structure to tell myself that if I double this, I get to around here, and I'm guessing this will be a new section right over here, which it is. So for that reason, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to my marker, and I'm going to mark this something. I don't know what it is yet, but at least I know that this is another section starting there. Many times before a chorus, there's typically a pre-chorus, which is usually like a very short or a shorter type of verse that precedes the chorus and kind of helps the chorus feel more impactful because it contains little elements of the chorus, or it simply leads into it either via the words that are spoken or the melodies or chord progression that's happening with it. Sometimes there's a transition that happens before a chorus as well. This is very similar to a pre-chorus, but a transition is typically shorter than a pre-chorus. Let's look at how long this chorus is. We see that the basic structure is kind of repeating again over here, having that period structure again, so we can tell that the chorus is going to be about this long. So I'm going to go to marker and just put a new marker right over there. Now we can tell that this is the length of the chorus, and we see that this is about the same length as the chorus. So I'm not going to call it a transition. For now, I'm going to call it a pre-chorus. Again, like I said before, this is really subjective, so it's really based off of your opinion if this should be called that or maybe a transition, whatever really feels right to you. However, in this case, with the definitions I'm using for my own writing, I like to call this a pre-chorus. And there we go, enter, boom. Okay, cool cat, thank you so much for watching this little video about sections when you're writing your own music. I hope that you can use these tips to help you write music that you find healing and helpful inside of your life. This has been Imanni from Imanni Music. Feel free to direct message me if you have any questions or if you'd like feedback on a song that you're writing for yourself or someone else's song that they're writing, or if you have questions about music that you love to listen to. Okay, y'all, have a mentally healthy rest of your day, and I'll see you at the next lesson.